I know it's late, and I hope y'all have time to listen to it in the morning. Almost forgot. So perimeter, I couldn't find my perimeter page here at the house, so I just remade one real quick. This should not be new to them, but I would treat it like it's new. I would ask them, look at the word perimeter, and let's box the root word rim. The rim of something is like the border, so we're going to write down synonyms, or the trim of something. I often point to my whiteboard or a bulletin board and show them the trim that goes around it, or the border of something else, or a frame. So give them some other synonyms for perimeter. If I tell you to touch, to trace the rim, I'm telling you to go around the trim, go around the border. There's a song I always sing with them to the tune of Row, Row, Row Your Boat. And it kind of goes like this. Rim, rim, rimeter, all the way around. Add the sides together, write the unit down. So I would tell them, like, you could use that to solve, like, rim, rim, rimeter, all the way around. Add the sides together, write the unit down. So we use this a lot, and they liked it. So I would sing the song for a few times of practice and say we're going to use that. But we also can look at our star charts. I'd ask them to pull out a star chart, flip to the back side, and find the word perimeter. And you're going to find two formulas. Now notice that I wrote a formula and then I put or recipe, because that's how I think of a formula. A formula is a recipe. It's something to follow, and if you do the steps of the formula, you'll get the, recipe. So the recipe or the formula for perimeter of a rectangle, y'all read me what it says, or y'all point it out, and it will say P equals length plus width plus length plus width, or it'll just say P equals 2L plus 2W, which is the one I like the best. And what does it say for square? What's the formula for square? P equals 4S. All right, so let's break this down. What do you think the P's stand for? Perimeter. Yep, that makes sense to me since we're talking about perimeter. L. If you look at the shapes, it says perimeter is a L plus a W plus an L plus a W. What do you think? Yes, lengths. And W is width. And I didn't write anything for S. A square. S is for sides. So let's write that in there. 4 sides. All right, so to find perimeter, we have to go, and let's highlight this. To find perimeter, we have to go all the way around, and you're going to add the sides together. That's how you're going to find the rim, rimeter all the way around. And if you look at the formula of a rectangle, look at the TV, it says L plus W plus L plus W. Well, look, L length plus length plus width takes me all the way around. Or if you take the shortcut, the 2 L's, the 2 lengths, and the 2 widths. Well, if you have 2 lengths and 2 widths, that's all the way around. So you follow these formulas or these steps and you find the perimeter. I like to call perimeter the fence-imeter, because if you go the fencing, a fence goes all the way around. So here we go. We're going to do the first one together. We do not look to the inside. And in this case, I want you to get your highlighters and let's trace like we're a worm. Trace how many squares it takes to crawl across the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's 1, 2, right? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2. So if you crawl all the way around, it's 5 plus 2 plus 5 plus 2. Which makes sense because we should know our rectangles' opposite sides are congruent. Same size, same shape. So if I grab the 2 lengths, that's 10. 2 widths, 4. 2 lengths, 2 widths. 10 plus 4 is what? Yep, 14. Write the unit down. Because if you don't put centimeters, I could write miles or clouds, and then I could count it wrong. So you protect your work by putting the unit. All right, I'm going to sing the song on this one. I want y'all to sing with me. Rim, rim, rimeter, all the way around. Add the sides together, write the unit down. How many sides are there? 4. How many numbers are there? 2. Yeah, and that's a problem. They try to trick you by just adding the numbers, but notice it's not add the numbers together, it's add the sides. Well, what do we know about a square's sides? Yes, all the edges are equivalent. They're all the same. If this one's 4, then this one's 4, this one's 4, and this one's 4. And the formula for perimeter of a square is 4s, meaning 4 sides all together. So 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. Well, that's 8 plus 8, which is 16 centimeters all the way around. Some kid may say multiply, it's 4 times 4, and say, okay, that's true. But notice that none of the formulas say multiply. Well, that makes sense, because if I multiply like 5 times 5 or 5 times 2, that doesn't work. Why is it on a square that you can multiply when you can't do that on a rectangle? And hopefully you can get them to a square's repeated addition. So you can either add it 4 times or you can do 4 groups because it's repeated addition. So you keep doing this, the rim, rim, rimeter. You crawl all the way around. Add the sides together, write the unit down. Or if this length is 6, what's this one? 6, yeah, and if this width is 3, this width is 3. What are the 2 lengths? 12, and the 2 widths? 6. So 12 plus 6 is, 18. 18 what? 18 centimeters. And you'll just keep doing that. I gave a weird one right here. So what do I know about a square? Yeah, the edges are all congruent. Same size, same shape. What do y'all think we should add first? I think the 2's. 2, 4, 6, 8. And let's see, if you have an apple cut in halves, hi-ya! 1/2, there's a 1/2. And you grab another half. Well, look what happens. If you grab a half plus a half, what do you get? Yeah, a whole. So right there is 1 whole. And this half plus this half is another whole. So that's 8, 9, 10 centimeters all the way around. And then I threw in some from Star. You'll do these too. So ask them what's different about this. It's a word problem. What's missing? The shape. Yeah, if the shape's not there, you draw it. What shape should I draw? A square. Now this is after y'all have read it and summarized that you want the perimeter of playground yards. I would ask, what's perimeter? Perimeter is the rim, rim, rimeter. Where's it at? All the way around. How do you find it? You add the sides together. You write the unit down. What should I label the sides? 29. Yeah, each side is 29 yards. So that makes sense because I know a square's edges are congruent. And they're all yards. And they want yards, so we don't have to convert. So how can we solve this? Yeah, we could add 29 4 times, or we could just do 4 groups of 29 because a square is repeated addition. 36, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't know if you really want to do that. It might confuse them to do the multiplication. You may just want to add whatever your kids kind of get you to. Here's another one from Star. So you'd read, and then you're wanting the model to represent sign made. The sign has a rim, rim, rimeter all the way around. It's 48 inches all the way around. So they want which one of these has a perimeter of 48 inches. How are we going to find the rim, rim, rimeter? Yep, we've got to go all the way around. And what? Yep, add the sides together, write the unit down. Now hold on, we could write it off to the side, but look, 2 plus 2 is 4. 3 plus 3 is 6. That's 64. And then we have to add 16s, right? Well, that's totally going to be over 48. 12 plus, yep, 12 plus, yep, 12 plus 12. What do we know 4 12s are? 48. Is that what we're looking for? There's your 48 inches. All right, down here, you read keyword is you want the difference between perimeters. Well, if you want a difference, you want to know what's different about this one versus that one. How much smaller is that perimeter than this one? If you want to know the difference, you subtract. So we're going to get our rulers and measure to the nearest centimeter. So show them how you get 0 lined up. And then nearest, meaning what's it closest to. And you'd label it. I don't know, let's guess 2. And then 2, and then 2, and then 2. So that'd be 2, 4, 6, 8, we'll say. And then this one, now what do you want to bet these are 2? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't know, whatever it is. Measure them and then you subtract to find the difference. I like this because we're bringing in our measurement and you're showing them how to line up with a 0. And it brings in rounding because if you're like 3, half, 4, well, half or more you pump up next door. So y'all will measure. This one, we want the perimeter of the rug. Well, what's missing? Yeah, we don't have a shape. What shape should we draw? Yep, a rectangle. What do we know about the rectangle? The length of the rug is 2 meters greater than the width. The width is 3. All right, so the width is 3 meters. And the length is 2, is that right? Wrong. Bah, sheep just went off the cliff. The length is 2 meters greater than the width. 2 greater than that. How do you get 2 greater than 3? Yeah, you add. What's 2 more than 3? 5. So that's 5 and 5. Now, how do I find the rim-rim-rimeter? Yeah, we go all the way around. We add the sides together and write the unit down. So 10 plus 6, 16. And then I threw these. These are irregular perimeters. What makes these difficult is they look odd, but then if you will go find a regular one. So to find the perimeter, let's trace around the perimeter. Let's start here. Do we have a number? Yep. Do we have a number? Yep. Do we have a number? Yep. Do we have a number? Nope, that's a problem. Do we have a number here? Nope, that's a problem. Do we have a number here? Yes. So we know rim-rim-rimeter is all the way around. How do we find it? We add the sides together. Well, we're missing 2 sides. So this is where you're going to have to use your part whole. So here's what I know. If you block this out, here's what I know about a rectangle. If this is 14, then this is 14 millimeters, right? From here to here, 14, 14. Well, then look, I don't have this side, right? But look opposite. If that is 6, this is 6. Because we should know opposite sides of quadrilaterals are the same. Well, 6 plus 14 is 20. So this whole side right here, this whole length is 20 millimeters. All right, well, I don't know this, so I should look opposite, right? Well, I don't know that. Here's what I do know. The whole thing is 15, right? And if you block this out, this is 9, so guess what this is? 9. Right? 9 and 9. The whole thing's 15. 15 whole minus part equals part. Whole minus part equals part. 15 minus 9 is 6. So this little piece is 6. This little piece is 6. All right, and so now we have our numbers all the way around. 14, 9, 6, 15, 20, and 6. You can add in any order. I know, I mean, I would do it different ways, like maybe 6 plus 9 is 15. 2 15s, that's 30. And 6 plus 4 is 10, so 14 plus 6 is 20. That's 40, so you could do it any way you want, and you're going to end up with 70 millimeters all the way around. Same thing here. It's irregular, so we need to make it regular. And if we want the rimmeter, we want to go all the way around. So you need to check your sides, your edges. Yep, right there's a problem. We're missing a digit here. All right, so if I want this, where should I look? Opposite, right? Well, I know the whole thing's 12, but I don't know this part. Let's work this way then. Check this out. If this is 3, yep, this section is 3, right? And this whole thing is 9. But this part is 3, so whole minus part equals part, which would be 6, because 6 plus 3 is 9. And if this is 6, guess what this is? 6. Okay. I know the whole thing is 12, right? I need this piece. That means I have to have this somewhere. It's right here, 5. This is 5. This is 5. This little section right here is 5, so it's whole minus part. 12 minus a 5. So what, 7? 7 plus 5, part plus part, whole, or whole minus part equals part. So you kind of have to work around it. We don't need these middle numbers. I don't need 3. I don't need 6. So I've got 12 plus 9 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 3. And we know 3 and 7 is 10. And however you want to do that's 15 plus 5, that's 20. And then 12. So we've got 42 centimeters all the way around.